Even when a time where people have no idea what's going to happen next, the surprises are so helpful. We're talking about remediation. We're talking about how to improve your experience when you're taking an exam like the NCLEX. And we know that right now the NCLEX passing rates are not what anybody would love to see. Do you know how low that they are, right? So it's not just enough to say that the NCLEX passing rates are low. What we want to do here at ReMar is take it a step further to try to correct that situation for you. So we are doing this. Remediation starts right now. And when I talk about remediation, I am not talking about an NCLEX review. When I talk about remediation, I'm not talking about a private tutoring session. I'm not talking about videos. I'm not talking about CAT exams. Remediation is a completely different process that many of you don't know you need. And it's actually something that Team ReMar has been really working hard to educate you on. We've been doing Tell Me Your Story, and we've spoken to, I know 7,000 was the last number, right? 7,000 people reached out to us telling us their story. And what we came to learn is that it wasn't just about them not studying hard enough. They studied hard and they failed. They knew content and they failed, right? They invested time and they failed. Does this sound like any of you, right? And so, how do we help you to remediate and explore? Well, two things, right? The first thing is that always remediation is about a structured process, meaning that you don't get to pick and choose what you study in remediation. This is not an all you can eat buffet. Okay. If you want that, it's actually not going to be the most helpful to you. Will the buffet be easy to get into? Yes. Will it be flexible? Yes. Buffets are typically flexible, buffets are typically cheaper. So students like that. But when you talk about remediation, it is not something that you get to pick and choose. So everybody doing remediation, step one, will be getting into the V2. You will be put on a learning pathway. And with the V2, remember, you can't opt out. You only can go in one direction. That's forward. And there are progress exams. But we have something new that those of you who are doing V2, you can tap into this. All right. So the thing that we have that is new for those of you who are on the V2 pathway, that is remediation. Okay. This is what we have new for you to do. And that is for the month of November, we have put remediation into the V2. So you can start the remediation training right now if you have V2. Okay. So I am really excited because we've been working very hard to be able to offer this to you. So you'll go to the remediation section in the V2 now. Yes. And what I want you to do for this week, I want you to understand what remediation is, but we have special assessments that we created just for you. And it is to start by knowing your learning preference assessments. Yes. So have you done your learning preference assessments? Because they're there for you now in the V2. And this is important again, because one of the things that we need to discover is if you are a visual learner, you don't have to guess anymore. Take that assessment. If you are an auditory learner, you don't have to guess anymore. And so as part of taking so you say you're definitely an auditory learner, take the quiz. Take the quiz because the scoring will tell you if that's true or not. And the reason why we're doing this is because if you are a visual learner, then that means that you don't just learn from words, you learn from what you see. Okay. And we can position you for success if you know that. If you know that. So I've been resting, I've been trying to recover, but with this, I have to get the word out because we actually will start doing the full remediation for you next week. That was my goal. But for this week, I want you to at least take the learning preference assessments. So you'll have the auditory learner, the visual learner, Okay. Good questions. You can ask me questions. Is the remediation in V2 in the nursing school program? It's not in the nursing school program just yet. Okay, it's just yet, but it right now is an NCLEX, and I need to figure out how to approach it from the nursing school perspective too, because I think that these things are going to be helpful for you. But when I'm talking about remediation, it is a structured process, which the nursing school course is not so much yet. That okay. All right. Thank you guys so much for the prayers. Yes, definitely. And so the idea is that you might not need another NCLEX review. For some of you, you might not need another NCLEX review. One of the things that's also in the remediation right now is a remediation assessment where you can actually take that. It's a test, and it will determine too if you need remediation. And again, if you have the V2, or even if you have a trial of the V2, these things are going to be available to you. Okay. So let's make sure that we do this work this week so that next week, when we get into the in-depth training and all these things, you will be in a position to do those with this knowledge. So auditory learners, visual learners, we also have reading, writing. If you're a reader writer, you don't have to guess anymore. And kinesthetic learners, if you're a hands-on learner as well. These are things in there. So oh, and this is a really great question. Who needs remediation? That's one of the things that I address for remediation, because yes, it is typically geared towards those who have failed. But if you haven't taken NCLEX before, this is your first time, remediation is going to help you increase your confidence. So if you are insecure about a certain area, if you are not 100% in, okay, I have this, I understand this, then absolutely the V2 is going to help you increase your confidence, also your competency. How can I enroll online for remediation? Okay, so the only thing that you need to do is go to the website and sign up for V2. That's it. My holiday gift is that I'm putting remediation into everyone's V2 package. So whether you have NCLEX RN or NCLEX PN, you're going to get all of the new remediation protocol. And I usually do something for Black Friday. I usually do something for the holiday season. And instead of me doing another worksheet or workshop, it's going to be this remediation, which I think is very powerful. And so, again, I'll be developing more of it, but this is the primary information that you need to know, because if you don't have V2, then you won't have access to this anyways. So sign up for V2, and if you have the paid training, then you're going to get all of the remediation protocol. If you just have the free trial of V2, that's okay. You'll be able to do some of the remediation. Okay, some of the remediation. I have V2 already, so where can I find it? Great question. So if you already have V2, you will notice that there is a new icon in the V2 section, and that icon is called remediation. So you literally will see it. I wish I had a photo of it. I didn't think to put a photo of it, but the remediation icon is there. Let me know, Michelle, if you log into V2, if you see it. Okay, let me know. What is remediation? Yeah, so the idea of remediation is always this: it is a structured path that you take to go over your weak areas. Okay, it is you deciding to enter into a curriculum that is kind of like nursing school in a way, that you will attend training that will tell you what to study every single day. And this is the process that a lot of people don't take the first time they take NCLEX or the second time they take NCLEX. Okay. So with the remediation pathway, you are still going to do, okay, you're still going to do the V2 workbook. So if you don't have this, this is huge for it. Okay, you're going to do the workbook here where you're watching the videos and you're filling out the workbook. This is the pathway. Okay, I'm glad you see it, because I'm like, Michelle, you're like, I don't see it. I'm like, I know it's there because I just did it. So I'm glad that you see it now. Okay, so you're going to do, this is part of it. Okay. This, and then you're also studying quick facts. On addition to that, with remediation, every week you are going to be getting additional assignments to do in the V2. And then you're also going to be taking these assessments. So this is the time where people will figure out is remarnurse.com. That's the website. Let me put it on the screen too. And for those of you who are interested in remediation, but you don't know what it is like, you can even sign up for a free trial by going here, remarnurse.com/free, and you will get the introductory things to remediation. For those of you who already have the V2 account, just sign into it. So my goal for remediation for this month, next week, because it starts November, is for you to be able to see, okay, for you to be able to see how you are learning. What is your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Because after you fail NCLEX, what you get is a very generic CPR report. Okay. You get a very generic CPR report. Is that right? Like, it doesn't tell you much. So what remediation will do is help you fill in the gaps of that. And like I said, this is totally different from an NCLEX review. I'm not just about to give you more content. The content that is there is great. What I'm trying to do is give you more information about you, your strengths. Okay. Starting with the learning assessment. How do you learn best? Let's get that together. Okay. Since my subscription already started, is it still possible to remediate? Yes. What you're going to do is, since you're already on the learning path, and this is good, let's just do question and answers right now. Since you're already on the learning path, you're going to continue on your learning path, but then this week you're going to take your learning preferences assessment. Okay. That's what I want you to do this week. And then next week, everyone who is training with me next week, you will begin your personal evaluations next week. Okay. You're going to begin your personal evaluations, and your personal evaluations are going to really look into why you are struggling. So, is it a matter of you adding information to the questions? Okay. Is that something that you're doing? We can find out why, and we can find out if you're doing that in the V2 now. All right. So I'm going to be unlocking features next week in the V2. So after I remediate, do I need to practice questions, and how many questions should I do? So during remediation, you'll be doing several steps. You will be going over the content. You will be reinforcing the content. You'll be reflecting, and then you'll be practicing questions as well. That's going to happen all during remediation. After remediation, of course, you can do questions. All right. But you will notice that the number of questions will be less important to you. After you do remediation, you will be more focused on how you're thinking about the questions. Because I don't know, I don't know if right now your issue is you struggle with unfamiliar scenarios, or I don't know right now if your issue is you've gone through remediation, but if you're unsure about yourself, you'll second guess the answer. Your confidence is still lacking. So those are the kind of things that we will be able to determine for you after you remediate. And I think it's more important than just doing questions. Okay. The website, let me put it back up. You'll see it, remarnurse.com. Okay, remarnurse.com. And so I am really looking forward to spending this type of time with you and understanding more about your learning, how you think, how you approach. But also this week, I want to know, for those of you who do the learning preference assessments, how are you scoring for learning a preference? Or are you surprised? Did you think you were a visual learner, but then when you took the visual assessment, you didn't really have that strength? You actually were a reader writer. So that's what I'm looking forward to finding out from you all today. Okay. All right. So do the remediation. Yep. So nope. So you're going to continue on your learning path. Okay. You're going to continue on your learning path right now. But during your break, like whenever you are on your break, go to the remediation section. And I want you to take your learning preference assessment. Okay. Kia, because your priority is going to be the V2. Like this is your priority. These two things are still your priority because that is the course of remediation. And then once you are doing this, you took your learning assessments. Next week, if you want to add on the activities that go along with this, you can do that. But for right now, this week is light. This week is light. It's learning preferences assessments. Okay. All right. And again, I am trying to also educate those who are not in V2 how V2 is different. How V2 is different. So I am pretty confident that we are the only education company right now for nurses that are offering a learning preference assessment. So take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. This again is also my holiday promotion for the month of November. This is what I'll be talking about: remediation. So jump on it because there is some really cool things that you will find out about yourself. You'll know, okay, do I struggle with confidence? Is it content? Like, I think this will be super helpful for those who have failed NCLEX. You went to 150 questions and you failed NCLEX. Okay, you went to 150 questions and you failed NCLEX. When you do remediation next week, we are going to figure out why that happened. Okay. And this is what we've talked about with the tell me your story, because we asked you to tell us your story. And then we would give you your personal remediation process. That's what this is. So all of you who have signed up from the campaign, all of you who have signed up, hold on, I got to block somebody because we're not doing this. We got to get out of the distractions. Okay. And no, I didn't. My live for today, Lulu says, hey, I didn't know you had a live today. This is definitely just a pop-up to let people know that we have a new, remediation training is going to be given to everyone in the V2. Okay. Remediation training is going to be given to everybody in the V2 for NCLEX for next month. And I wasn't feeling well for the last couple of days, but I know that if we are to stay on track for next week, we got to do it we have to start this week. We have to start this week with the training. Okay. So if you've been doing V2, even if you've been doing it for several months, this will be new for you, the remediation aspect of it. And of course, it's totally optional. It is totally optional. I think it's going to be massively helpful to know your learning style, to know if you struggle with content or if it's just your confidence. And so take advantage of it. Okay. All right. Again, this is the priority. I know I like Mark, but we miss you. I know. And the questions that he did were really good. He did a really good job. Mark did a really great job covering for me. But we have to do the training at the maximum level. So I know Mark is always able to stand in for me. I know he's always able. But yes, everyone, next month is the month of November. This is getting into that holiday season. So people are thinking about gift giving and buying things for other people. But I really want to encourage you to give yourself the gift of remediation, because that could be the difference to you feeling confident, to you feeling prepared, and also being able to clear these difficult scenarios. If you start remediation in November, yes, surely by the new year, you can have your nursing license. The remediation course will be a 6-week training. Okay. It will be a 6-week training. All right. So next week is going to start. We're going to start rolling it out, putting it in to V2. It's already starting though with the learning preference. So make sure that you do that and be prepared for the additional work, because remediation is already a bit challenging, which why I want you to understand what it is before you sign up for it, or before you jump into it. I want you to kind of understand what it is so that when you see the work that's required, you're up for it already and you know that it's going to be helpful. All right? You know that it's going to be helpful. Okay. Where's the quick facts book? I only received the V2 workbook. Okay, so I'm not sure. I need you to, if you send me a message, I can look into your account. I don't know if you added it to your account or if you didn't. I'm not sure, but I definitely would love to look at that for you. I'm planning to take HESSIE in November and I just subscribed to your program. I really don't know how to approach this challenge. Okay, are you taking HESSIE exit or HESSIE entrance? Let me know. Bo says, even when I get my RN, I will still be here to learn. Yes. Yes, because being a nurse is it's a lifelong career. It's a lifelong career. And if you do it right, you are at a great chance of changing not only your life, but many people life around you. Okay. So do you have the NCLEX course or the nursing school course? Let me know. Okay. And I'm gonna have to get off soon because I thought I was recovered, but I'm not fully recovered. Okay, HESSIE exit, but let me know if you're taking if you have the NCLEX course or not. Okay, I had to step away. Okay, all right. So if you have the NCLEX course, let me tell you what you're going to do. The first thing that you're going to do is you have a calendar in this book, okay? Because you might not have a lot of time. You're going to follow this calendar in here, okay? This will help you go through the course. If you're not following this, okay? If you're not following this, then it may seem a little confusing. All right? So make sure you follow this. For those of you who are looking for remediation, you have to have the V2 course. That's the first thing. You will see a new circle when you log into V2 and it says remediation. Does everybody see that? You'll see a new circle. It'll say remediation. Let me see if I can. I'm going to try to log into the V2 really quickly. Okay. Okay, you see it? How can I get the book? If you just want the book, you can always just go to, let me hide the comments. You can always just go to the site, remarnurse.com. I'm going to put it up for you. But most of you know my website. But it is remarnurse.com. Also, if you have questions, let me put this up here too. This is my email. If you have questions, then you can also email me, please. Okay. Professor Regina. Okay, you see it perfect. Okay, you see it perfect. Because I'm having trouble with, let me see if I can have a saved password. I have it on my laptop, but I don't see. I'm gonna show you. I'll just do a PowerPoint. Professor Regina, if I take my NCLEX in January, will I take the new one or the current version NCLEX? If you're taking NCLEX in January, you are going to take the current NCLEX. NCLEX won't change until April 1st. But even when NCLEX changes, we are not expecting it to be a huge change. Okay. We're not expecting it to be a huge change. So how you're preparing now is how you should keep preparing. Does that make sense? Okay. I don't know if I can add this image. Let's see if I can add an image. All right. I want to see if I can add this image to show you all where the new remediation section is. Let's see what it looks like. Okay. And I'm happy to be here with you today. I really am. All right. I'm about to put it up into on the screen so you can see where the new remediation section is. Okay. And then I'm going to go. Mark mentioned you adding some stuff to the V2. Should I repurchase the V2 book or just add on? You're going to get the V2. You need to purchase the V2 for this stuff. Okay, here it is. So let me put it here. Okay, so let me let me move this banner out of the way. You guys are looking at the V2 platform, okay? Do you see that second circle? In that second circle, it says remediation. This is where all of the remediation information will now be. And again, this is my holiday promotion for you guys. This is what my gift will be for everybody who signs up for the V2. You will now have access to the remediation course. Okay? So clap it up for yourselves, because doing the tell me your story and just working with nurses right now who are saying, hey, I failed. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm studying really hard. I'm paying a lot of money. I am taking the test 2 and 3 times. Remediation. So go to the second circle. Second circle. It's starting this week, because this week, again, what we're doing this week is starting remediation by looking at your learning preferences. So that's the first part of remediation. This right here. So that's what I want you to do this week. Okay. So I'm going to get off here, but you have your assignment. Sign up for V2. Take your learning assessment. We're going to start with this. Okay. We're going to start with this. Okay. If you guys have any questions, this is my email address. I'm going to put it back up. Email me. Okay. Email me, because remediation, it's going to end up being a 6-week course, but it'll be good if you start with me starting next week, because I'll be going through the remediation. And then I also have the ability to go live inside of the V2. I know, I do. I know. I have the ability to go live inside of the V2. So I'll start those classes inside of the V2 too. I'll be doing remediation just for people inside of the V2. Okay. If you need to sign up for V2, you have not done it, let me put the website up here. Give me 1 second. I just have to find it. All right. Here it is. It's a little ticker. You'll see it going down, but it's remarnurse.com. Okay, it's remarnurse.com. But please send me an email if you're not sure if remediation is for you. Okay, if you're not sure if remediation is for you, please send an email and we'll let you know if you should be doing this course with me. Right. So I'm going to get off here, guys. I will be back on tomorrow. I plan to be back on tomorrow for Winning Wednesday. We will discuss more of all of this. Plus, we'll be going over quick facts we have. Tomorrow, by God's grace, I will be doing, what will I be doing? Cystic fibrosis. Cystic fibrosis. Okay. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. All right. Thank you all so much for attending this short review session, and do the work. Do the work we have. See you later. Bye-bye.